There's some interesting Pokemon lore bits that Nintendo I guess dropped. Like for example, do you guys remember Lieutenant Surge in Gen 1? He's
Mhm.
the Lightning Gym leader.
I do remember.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's the guy that kind of looks like Guile from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he was apparently in a war, and the and lightning Pokemon saved his life or something like that during the war. But then they never talk about the war again.
Hmm.
And they also retconned his epithet, which was the Lightning American. I don't know. Just a lot of a lot of crazy rumors I've heard about like Pokemon like lore back in the day. Oh, and also we can't forget about the Game Freak leaks if you guys remember that.
The Game Freak leaks? I don't remember that.
It was the one with the stories of like Ty Explosion.
Oh yeah, no, I do remember that. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind.
Yeah, now you remember.
Yeah.
Welcome to Off the Console, the hottest new podcast that's all about gaming, tech news, and anything nerdy. And we're covering a lot of different topics today, including Take Your Game Show. Happens in 2 weeks. And also talking about the Apple event, the Nintendo Direct, and a couple of other things too. And my name is High Tech Lowlife, and I'm joined by my co-host Gardiner Bryant and Games Revealed. And what have you guys been playing? Let's start with you, James.
Okay, let's jump right into it. I spent according to Steam, I spent 35 hours playing a game. I played Hollow Knight.
Nice.
Because I'm like, I know
Nice.
that. Well, okay, here's the thing. I like to play things sequentially, typically. This is one of those games where everyone's like, well, you don't need to, but you get some good context on the main character in Silksong because you run into her multiple times in Hollow Knight. So I'm glad I played it. But it is a really fun game. It's really it is fairly difficult, but since we talked last, I picked it up for the first time. I watched my wife play it a little bit because she loves it, and she's been playing Silksong right next to me while I'm playing Hollow Knight. So I got to and watch her play some of that too. But I'm at the very end. I'm at the boss, but I wanted to go do more stuff. So I technically could have beat it by this recording, but I decided not to. But kind of.
That's fair enough. You gonna 100% it?
Probably not 100% it, but I want to get more charms. I've only gotten like half the charms, and I don't want to sit there for like a half a day trying to beat the boss. I'd prefer to be more prepared. And so that's a lot of the bosses. Like if you run into one that's too hard, usually just my advice is maybe avoid that boss if you can, and get some more items, because some of the charms, man, they make it so much easier.
Yeah. And what about you, Gardner? What have you been playing
Well,
or doing rather?
I've been a little sick this week, so I've taken it a bit easier. I played Bulletstorm for a little while, which is like one of my favorite of like the 360 era first person shooters. And it's really really fun. But I also have been doing some fun coding projects. Actually, one major coding project I'll show you guys. I went on my blog and I added this little support meter up here that shows like goals for like fundraising on the blog, and I'm pretty happy with this. So, and I actually wrote a blog post about how it works and stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the blog post about it.
You hit your
Also,
goal? That's awesome.
we hit the first goal,
That is
and we're very close to the second goal here. We're like $5 short of the second goal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that's pretty kick ass, man.
Yeah. So it's very exciting, and this counts not just like the Ghost blog system, but this also counts my patrons who have like logged in to, redeemed their free membership to the blog. And so that was like a non-trivial thing to figure out, but I did, and I'm very proud of this. So yeah. Also, I wrote an OpenRCT2 installation guide because that's a game I've been playing recently. So lots of fun stuff on my blog.
Oh yeah. As for me, I finally picked up Silksong, like I said I would,
Nice.
and it's been a lot of fun. I find myself getting a lot lost very easily. That said, the game there's some people complaining a lot about the game's difficulty. We'll talk about that later. That's one of the topics. And I mean, I don't know if maybe gamers have just gotten worse at video games over time, but like I
Probably.
think they might have. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like these gamers complain about game journalists sucking at video games, but like you're no better than they are either, to be honest. Like that's just my opinion on it. We'll
I'm
talk
better
about
than
more.
them. I'm better than
Well-
the game journalist.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nobody is as good as high tech low life at video games though.
Yeah, okay.
True.
Yeah.
I gave you access to Chess Mess, and you were like, "Here's every way I broke your game," and most of them I had not even like considered as a way to break the game originally. So,
To be fair, you'd be a good game tester.
yeah,
Yeah, but game testers get paid shit, to be honest.
They do. It's not fair because it's a grueling job that some people are just really good
Yeah.
at.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'd imagine it'd be a lot less fun like as time goes on. I'd probably be sick of it by like year one.
Depends. Do you like destruction and destroying people's dreams? Then you might be good at it.
Yeah, but I want to play the game too, dude.
You do.
I don't want to
You
like.
played a lot.
Yeah, but I don't want to like have to repeat sections just to like find new bugs in a place. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure playing a game is very different than like play testing a game for like specific bugs and shit, stuff like that. But I mean, Silksong's a lot of fun, man. I think you should pick it up after you do it. I know Gardiner's gonna pick up eventually when he finds time to game
Yeah,
at some point.
yeah.
But yeah,
I need to get back into it. It wasn't really on my radar this week. I've been too busy wanting to play dumb action games. Oh, James, thank you. Wait, now the real question is, did it update?
It didn't update.
Ah, you fucker. I thought that I had got it working completely.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Bug test.
Well, so James just donated to my blog, so I'm gonna like update the count here.
I wanted to hit it. I want to see it hit the next step.
it needs one of those like Twitch style pings where it goes when like you get a donation from someone.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, I know why it didn't update. Gosh darn it. Sorry, anyway, I've derailed the...
It's all good, man. So you better beat Silksong before Hades 2 comes out, since that's now apparently coming out this month as well.
Hades 2 is already out, isn't it?
It's an
No,
early
like
access.
1.0.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those,
But hey,
both the
Slay
games
the
are
Spire
hard.
got delayed. Slay the Spire got delayed though.
Slay the Spire 2?
Yeah, Slay the Spire 2, yeah. Till March of next year.
Yeah. There's too many games to catch up with. Like, I still need to beat Doom Dark Ages, so and I still need to beat Hades 1 before Hades 2 comes out. I'm not...
Come on, dude.
Dude, that game is so hard. 1, 2, it is repetitive. I don't do well with repetitive, like roguelike dungeon crawlers. I just don't do very well because it's too repetitive. I get bored after a while. But it's such a good game.
All right, it's time to get into the meat of the topics. The first of the topics here, we've got Tokyo Game Show. So, Tokyo Game Show is one of the big three gaming expos. The other two, of course, being Gamescom and formerly E3. I kind of miss E3, guys. I don't know what you, but I kind of miss it. I know it's been on the decline, but that's kind of why I miss it.
I miss it too. Honestly, I think a lot of people shit on it a lot, and I get kind of tired of the shit on everything culture. But at the same time, I'm a part of it at times. But E3 is, for better or for worse, at least it was something that was exciting during you know, the beginning of summer, which we have something else that replaced it, which is nice, but yeah,
it's not the same thing. Geoff Keighley's event's not the same thing.
It's just not. Yeah, it's not quite the same thing.
I've always wanted to go to E3 as a kid. I really did. But given that flights to like California all the way from the East Coast are probably not that cheap, and you'd have to get a hotel, and you'd have to pay for tickets. And I think E3 used to not be, public for a while, right?
Yeah, you
For like
had
most of its life.
for yeah, but I think by the time you would have wanted to go, maybe like you could have gone, probably would have open. But before that, you
Yeah, I
just
think.
needed like you go work at GameStop, you can get like as long as you say you're in the industry, you can go up until a certain point.
Damn, maybe we should have been content creators early. We could say we were part of the gaming industry
I mean,
as
I
reviewers.
kind of was, and I think I got a discount by when I went last time, but that was
You've been to E3?
yeah, I've been to E3.
Dang.
It was awesome, honestly. It was when um Luigi's Mansion 3 was out, and so they had like Nintendo went all out, had a huge Luigi's Mansion thing that you can go in and play the game. It was I miss the days when game companies would go all out to like promote their stuff and to try to actually win us over. Instead of now they're like, well, we have dark patterns that addict you. We don't need to do anything. You're coming to us anyways for the drugs. So
Yeah, that is true, man. Man, Tokyo Game Show looks like it's a lot of fun though. Valve was there 2 years ago. No, they were there 2022 and then 2024, I think, for the Steam Deck and Steam Deck OLED respectively. And I don't think they'll be showing up this year. I saw the list, and Valve was not listed as one of the companies, of course.
yeah,
But
they're not gonna be showing up. That's
so I
unfortunate.
can so I can imagine Valve showing up next year for the Deckard or Steam Frame or whatever it's called. But yeah, Tokyo Game Show is a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. Maybe I should have delayed my trip to. Maybe I should have went during Tokyo Game Show to my trip to Japan.
It could have been a lot more expensive.
Oh shoot, you're right. It probably
Could
would have been
have,
a lot more expensive.
albeit Tokyo is massive, so never mind. Never mind. Maybe an influx like that wouldn't matter. Like if let's say you're going to San Francisco for or LA for E3, stuff like that, those will raise the prices of hotels in the area, and you have to go pretty far out in order to get a decent deal.
That is true, but at the same time, though, Japanese trains are so convenient. You could just stay in an Airbnb, like that's close to like a station.
You could live in, or you could stay in Kyoto and go. Like it's so fast.
Yeah, but I don't feel like paying for a bullet train.
No, I
Bullet
know.
train.
Well, yeah, I don't think
Well,
it's.
actually, you
I
can
don't
just.
think. I don't think it's included with the pass, is it? Because when you go to Japan, you can pay for a pass that's good for while you're there. That just lets you get onto any of the, at least in Tokyo's public transit systems.
Well, what I did was I got one of the Suica cards, and so I just loaded up a bunch of cash in there, and then yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
there's.
Oh yeah.
If you're going to Japan, you get the it's like a tourist transit pass. Like it's really good deal.
How much is it? I don't think I've thought about that.
I don't know. It's been a few years since I've been.
But yeah, here's a full list of the exhibitors. There's a ton of exhibitors, lots and lots of exhibitors. Some you most you may not recognize. Some you recognize, like Arc System Works, Aya Neo, Bandai Namco, Capcom. I mean, come on, dude. It's Japan. They're gonna be there. EA. Let's see if there's anyone that sticks out here. Oh, Hori. Inti Creates is pretty cool too. Konami. And then they just have individual games listed too, like Mecha Break. That's not a company name. That's just a game name. So I'm guessing their booth is just like the game itself. And then
Ubisoft.
a lot of the usual suspects are. Ubisoft is in Japan. They gotta represent the Assassin's Creed Shadows gang, man.
Yeah.
I don't think that game did well.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it after. Maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll pick it up when it's on sale though. It looks kind of interesting, especially when you can Spartan kick people through walls.
It looks fun, but yeah.
It does look fun. they do have a dedicated indie game area as well, which I think is one benefit over like the others. They focus a lot on like smaller developers at TGS as well too.
Which I wish all these places would do that, and which I think it's becoming more and more. A lot of the shows are starting to do it, but I don't know.
I mean, Japan's always been kind of indie friendly too. I mean, if you go to Comic-Con, you used to see like people selling Dojin software as well. In fact, some of the big Japanese franchises now, like Fate, started out as essentially an indie game. If you really think about it, like Fate Stay Night. Like it's kind of weird saying it's an indie game, so to speak, when it like predates the term indie game, but like
does. It's really interesting because I mean, a lot of the studios that are big now started out as indies, and technically,
yeah, but like it was just, but Type Moon used to be just like two guys working like. I don't know, man. It's a crazy thought to really think about it. But yeah, I mean, Tokyo Game Show, it's happening in like 2 weeks. We should be getting some live streams with some pretty big announcements from companies. I mean, what I'm interested in is seeing what everyone's got to show off. Xbox is going to be there too, of course.
Xbox is still in Japan.
Xbox is still in Japan. Yes, it's they really are going. They're trying to go full throttle in like being in Japan, despite the fact that they almost killed off their one Japanese studio, Tango Gameworks. But yeah, they're still trying to get the ever elusive Japanese market. But I mean, yeah, that's E3 for you, man. I mean, not E3. Sorry, it's Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I'm hoping that something cool comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many shows to follow every year now.
Yeah.
And look, you've got the special sponsors. Grand no sponsor Kishimas. You've got PlayStation. You've got Nintendo Switch 2. It's not even sponsored by Nintendo. It's sponsored by the Switch 2. You've got Kodansha. And then you've got HappyNet, Playism, Hobby Japan, Indie Game Incubator. Never heard of them. Nextone, World Map, Cryware. I can't read this. BenQ.
Oh man, they need to update their logo.
Who, BenQ?
Yeah, they've been using that forever.
Dude, come on, man. There's nothing. It's not broke, man. It's like the Cracker Barrel situation. Have you guys heard about the Cracker Barrel situation?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, who goes to Cracker Barrel? Well,
Hey, do not talk shit on Cracker Barrel.
I have to say that because on the West Coast, it doesn't matter as much. People don't care about Cracker Barrel as much. It is here.
Can I tell a story about Cracker Barrel real fast? Totally irrelevant.
Yeah, go.
But
okay, let's go. Let's continue.
Go for it.
My grandparents used to like when they were alive, they had a shop where they restored antique cast iron wood stoves. Okay, and it was awesome. Like and
that is cool.
It wasn't just that. My grandfather also like had this thing called the doll circus that he did with my grandmother. My grandmother collected like Barbie dolls and all kinds of stuff, and my grandpa would like put them on like little Ferris wheels and shit, and like the Ferris wheels would move, and it was cool. So I grew up there. And then one day they got this contract from Cracker Barrel to sell them a ton of wood stoves. So if you go into a Cracker Barrel in the US, there's a non-zero chance that you'll see like an antique cast iron wood stove that was restored by my grandparents in their like little gift shop. So that's my little story. I love Cracker Barrel and their food is awesome.
Yeah,
I do love that story. I disagree with the food being awesome, but yes, I'm sorry.
I like some of the Cracker Barrel stuff. I've only been there a few times.
Yeah,
I like sausage, biscuit, and gravy.
I love biscuits and gravy, and I was not that impressed.
I once went to Cracker Barrel with Wendell from Level 1 Techs. So There's also that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wendell like Cracker
Yeah, he
Barrel?
does.
Nice.
Dang.
At the end of the
Very
day,
nice.
like I logo and branding really needs to be done right, and they just effed it up. I just hate that it became. I really hate that it became
Minimal
a mainstream.
text.
Well, it just became a mainstream story where it's like Cracker Barrel didn't need to rebrand.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel really didn't need to rebrand. They didn't need to get rid of who was it? Who was the mascot of Cracker Barrel? He had a name that I heard on the
He
news
had a
once.
name.
Supposedly, I mean, he apparently there's a name. There's a name for the mascot. I don't know his name, but
An
I
old
didn't
dude
even know
next
there
to
was
the
a
barrel.
him.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty dumb rebrand. Like I get simplifying, but that's like a tech oriented thing. BenQ, though, I will say, looks like a medication brand. So I'm just, they should rebrand.
What is the rebrand going to be? Is it going to be like
Just
Ben
remove the
Huber without the
purple.
little?
Honestly, just remove the purple thing. It makes
Yeah.
it look like a stomach or liver or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just get rid of the kidney.
That's what it is. The kidney. It's kidney medicine.
Yo, what if they just made it into a box? Would that satisfy you, James? Like a box around BenQ makes it look like a monitor instead of a kidney.
Sure, it'd satisfy me. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's some brands that need to be revamped, and that's one of them.
Yeah. Dude, I agree, but at the same time, though, I don't like how everything's being more simplified. Like, imagine if Zotac right here, like, changed their font to, like, Arial or Calibri or some bullcrap like that.
Why?
You know,
that's also
yeah,
Zotac is already a simplified version of it. Like fonts are important to a brand. That's actually the thing you need to work or focus on the most when doing logos.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, imagine if like they didn't have this like stylized font where like the A is a delta. Instead, it was just like a regular A. Imagine how stupid that would look.
It would be stupid, but that's not the point of like simplifying your brand. You don't go to a simpler.
Guys, I think we can all
font.
agree that scroll down, the last section. Ask's use of Comic Sans is the best branding on this.
Is that actually Comic Sans? I can't tell.
That looks a hell of a lot like Comic Sans to me.
It's a variant of it at the very least.
Yeah.
Who is Ask Corporation? Now we have to know.
If you have to ask, you should.
Dude, you have to ask. It's Oh. Wait, why are they sponsoring like a
equipment?
gaming?
They're an equipment sponsor, meaning they donate equipment to it. Same with BenQ.
Yeah, I can understand BenQ donating like monitors and stuff for games, but like they're donating like water valves and like pressure.
They probably have
like
a lot of different things. So yeah, who knows?
That's interesting.
Takes a lot to run an event.
It does.
Got to pipe that water into those venues, I guess.
Yo, one of these days, we'll hit up Japan, go to Tokyo Game Show, and then get some sushi. Oh man, I went to Tsukiji Fish Market. I had the best sushi I've ever had. It was like this like older lady. She was serving like this like fatty tuna. It was like 2,000 yen for 4 pieces, which I think comes up to like 15 or so at today's exchange rates.
Yeah.
Man, it was so good. It was the best sushi I've ever had. And I'm gonna be kind of sad that sushi that good, that I'm not gonna be able to find sushi this good in America. At least not for like a decent price.
Yeah, I was gonna say it with that is really freshness. If you can go to a fish market around here, like you should be able, like especially on the West Coast, you should be able to get something similar.
Yeah, that's the problem though. I don't live in the West Coast.
True.
Probably the closest fish market is Gardiner's lobster market up in Maine or whatever.
Hey, we call it a lobster pound up here.
A lobster pound.
A lobster pound?
Yeah, that's what it's called. Like when
is it like a puppy pound where you stick animals in there in a
no, that's messed up.
I don't know
puppy
where
pounds
the
are
origin
messed
of
up.
that comes
I
from.
know. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not sure where the origin of that comes from, but it might be. But
Well,
I have a friend who is a lobsterman, and he drops his lobsters off at the lobster pound.
The lobster pound.
The lobster
Do they like
pound.
cook them live so they can hear their scream?
Yeah, they don't scream. Like you drop them
I know they don't scream, but they can hiss.
They'll hiss.
Meaning the pressure, like the yeah. Sorry.
Ooh.
This show is off the rails already, guys.
It's pretty off the rails.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Tokyo
think
Game Show. You should pay attention to it.
Yeah. We should go to the next topic because it is sad.
It's another event. The Apple event.
Yeah.
Now Apple traditionally has their events in September where they unveil their new stuff. And this time it's a new iPhone. But it's not just like a refresh of like the iPhones, it's a brand new type of iPhone, the iPhone 17 Air. Have you seen it, Gardner?
Yeah.
And like,
it's amazing.
I don't know about you. I'm waiting for Jay Riggevin to get his hands on one of those, and so I can watch him like snap it in half with his bare hands.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude, like, why would you want that? I don't understand why anyone would want that.
Apple, man. Apple does what Apple wants to do. They're the Apple of Apple.
Yeah,
they're the Apple of the US.
So the problem with Apple is that they keep on doing these planned events that are just they're every year they have to do it in September. They have a planned event, and it kind of kills innovation. They're pretty much incremental innovation, where it's they probably could come out with something a little bit more powerful. And to be fair, they probably could pack more into this iPhone Air, but they have to keep on selling every year. And it's a little unfortunate because it kills innovation. That being said, I use Apple devices because they're so energetic and I don't have to deal with stuff for my day-to-day life. But this Air is just so weird that that they added another SKU when they already have. Like, they should. I get it. It is thinner. It is nice, but you're going to slap a case on there. It's still going to make it thinner and lighter, but I think just replace one of their other SKUs with it. Like, instead of adding another iPhone, just replace one or two of the other ones you have. Let's stop with this, like, 6 different SKUs. Let's do, like, 3. You have a small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
Wait, so the iPhones, I think, came out yesterday, so I want to do a little sleuthing on the internet and see
careful
if he has Jerry rigged everything iPhone 17 Air.
You can't show Apple events and stuff. They'll take it down. That's happened multiple times to me.
Okay. So no, they don't have. He hasn't uploaded a video of himself snapping an iPhone in half. It'll probably happen next week.
To be fair, I feel like you could snap most phones these days in half.
Yeah.
I don't know if
you
the
can't
Air
snap
is
my
going
phone in half.
You know, I have a Google Pixel 4a. I'm still on the 4, by the way. I don't need to upgrade my phone every year. I don't care, right? I hate these things and I barely use them. So, but the fact is, this is too big for me still. Like, I want something really small where, like, when I'm holding it comfortably, my right thumb can reach the top left corner of the screen. That's what I want. That's real innovation. Because there are no phones on the market, as far as I have found, that let me reach all the way up to the left side, the left corner of the screen with my right thumb.
What do you need to do with that left corner? Go back or whatever. I don't.
Dude, just use your other hand.
No. You just got to get an iPhone, man. You just swipe back.
When I got this phone, I had to, like, literally, this phone had like the stupid little swipe bar at the bottom and I was like, no, give me my buttons back, my fake buttons. I hate the swipe gesture stuff because it feels like dark patterns, all of it.
Oh, like, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't like it when I first did it, but it got easier.
Swiping is a dark pattern to me. It feels just awful, like addicting, and I hate it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say I'm addicted. It's just a gesture to me. But
it's just a means to an end. I'm not sure if I agree with that notion, Gardner,
Well,
but
I guess where I'm coming from, what I mean when I say that is like, to me, it like I can feel something in like my lizard brain that goes ooh, like when I do a swipe gesture thing. And so that to me feels like a dark pattern. Like when a UI design isn't to like facilitate you going faster or something, it's to release dopamine in your brain. And for me, that happens when I do that. So I don't like it.
I get frustrated sometimes because it doesn't swipe. So
swiper, no swiping.
yeah,
Swiper, no swiping.
Well, that's also part of like the dark pattern shit. It's like if there's like a lottery of if it's going to work or not, and then it doesn't, and it frustrates you, and then it does, that can be part of like a deliberate design pattern.
That usually makes me stop using stuff. It's accessible most of the time enough, but yeah, no, I'll say this: instead of the Air, or at least doing the Air, they should have done it as a foldable or something where you could get it smaller. Do something different.
Dude, you can fold it. It just won't be functional after a single fold.
I mean, high tech, like it's not like the small's good, like our thin's good. I don't think it's any more foldable than some of the other phones, like this Google phone I have. Like I bet you it's pretty foldable, but is it titanium?
I don't know,
is the Air titanium? Because I know that the Pro Max is. I can't remember if the Air is though, because I thought it was like a titanium alloy.
I think I think it's exclusively titanium. So they say.
Yeah, and so it's going to make it a little harder for it to bend.
I'm just salty that Apple made headphone jacks not a thing in phones anymore. Like my phone is definitely thick enough to accommodate a headphone jack. Heck, I think I don't like when they removed it. I think that was like the iPhone 7 when they removed it. That phone was thick enough to accommodate a headphone jack.
These are all thick enough. It was a big part of it was for getting better ratings for waterproof, like water resistance, waterproofing, and it was also just to simplify components so they could fit a headphone jack in there. Like if they say anything otherwise, they're just lying. But I just think it's to simplify the whole system.
Yeah. But I think my favorite tradition when it comes to iPhone releases are all the hoaxes that 4chan comes up with for people to destroy their phones on accident. I think my favorite one it's either between like the update that makes your iPhone waterproof as per 4chan or the update that lets you charge your phone in a microwave.
I mean,
yeah, the microwave one was classic.
I mean, if you do that, then it's kind of just you deserved it, I guess. You shouldn't say you deserved it. You learned a lesson. It was a teachable moment. The water one is that they are water proof, pretty good.
Well, no, they are now. But like it said that, but like back then they said that a software update made your phone waterproof.
Yeah.
Man, good times, man. So on top of the new iPhones, they also announced Apple Watches and also new AirPods. So they're said to be the best active noise canceling like earpods out there, and I mean, I'm sure they're pretty good, but like I'm more partial to like the Sony ones that come out, the WF-1000 XM. Like I think it's like on a 5 now or 6. I'm not sure.
I would. There, of course, it's going to be the best. Like they're going to say that, and they probably are. Like the AirPod Pros 2s that I have are pretty good. They might have bad mics and some other stuff, but like they're noise canceling. And I have 3 test cases at home for this. I have 2 kids and a dog, and if I need some sanity, I will turn that the noise canceling on, and it is pretty nice. This is. The AirPod Pros 3s are probably the, I think, best or the more interesting thing to come out of all this, because they include like translation and some other stuff in it, which other headphones have been able to do for a while, but it is still cool to see.
Yeah, and also apparently there's a new feature where you can do real-time translations to like have conversations with foreign people.
Yep.
So I don't know how good that'll be.
Google does
I
it
don't have
too.
them.
Google's
Yeah, Google does it too.
earbuds too. Yeah. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it goes and how Star Trek-y is going to get in like the next few decades, because it's only going to get better. And I think that is actually, I think it's a good thing. I think removing barriers for language is a good thing.
Yeah, it'll be like Tekken. You guys ever play Tekken?
I played Tekken, but
yeah,
I don't
dude.
remember.
So, I mean, one of the things they've done in recent times is, I think starting with Tekken 7, they made everyone speak their native languages instead of like either English or Japanese. And so like now like French characters will speak French, and like Germans will speak German, Koreans will speak Koreans, and of course the Japanese will speak Japanese.
That's cool.
And yeah. Also, I also want to mention the price, because the one good thing that Apple didn't do was like raise the price substantially, except for I guess the Pro models.
Did they go up in price
So
much though? Because the 17 Pro Max, it looks about like what it typically is.
Yeah, no, the regular Pro went up $100.
See, when I get a phone, I get it every few years, and I just get the highest one, and it just lasts years.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So the iPhone 17 is still $800, and the Pro starts at $1099. Apple is now shipping. Apple now by default gives you 256 gigs instead of 128 gigs to start with.
All these companies have got to change the defaults to like a terabyte on everything. I'm getting tired of these small. Like, I get it. They make a lot of money off it. The cloud is nice, honestly, and the way iPhone like manages my data. Like, if I don't use an app for a very long time, you can enable this or disable it. So it's like totally optional, but you can make it so that it will save all the data for it, but it will delete the app. It's like the most of the content. Like, let's say it's a game and I don't play it for a while. You can select apps and games to say, hey, don't ever remove this for space, but for some of the other stuff it will. And because I have fast enough internet, it's not a big deal. Like, it will re-download it if I need it, like once a year. But I have to say, it is really nice. It's annoying. It can be annoying, but it's nice.
Yeah, so my brother is trying to upgrade his iPhone 14 Pro to a iPhone 17 Pro, and he's finding out that there might not be that many good trade-in offers. He might have to just take the loss.
If you're doing the trade-in, you got to do it every generation or two. Like, it's like once you get past like 3 or 4 generations, the trade-in's not as high, just because, you know, it's just people don't want to buy that old of an iPhone. To admit, out of all the phones, like, the Apple has a really good trade-in offer. But
yeah, I agree. I think it's still among the best because it's like 400 through Apple, which I think is still pretty decent for like a phone that's like 3 years old at this point.
yeah, that's actually not bad at all.
But yeah, it's going to be hard when the rest of my family wants to trade in their iPhone 14s as well. Thankfully, I don't have an iPhone, so like I don't have to worry about this.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you have to worry about upgrading no matter what. Eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I already did my upgrade. I have an S25 Ultra, so I won't have to worry. Probably for like a few more years. Yeah, for a while.
I mean, I do a lot of mobile development, and where I work right now, I do both Android and iOS along with web, and so it is beneficial to have both the old phones and the new ones. So I might be an exception, though. I think some people that upgrade every year are just chasing some type of change in their life, I guess. But
or they're like mobile reviewers like MKBHD.
They get it for free, though, most likely. Most of them do.
It's still an upgrade every year, even if it's free.
Okay.
I'm not wrong, am I?
You're not. You're technically right. I'll throw that out. Technically,
The
the best type of
It's the
right.
best kind of right. Oh man. So yeah, I mean, phones are happening. New iPhone. I do find it interesting that they made the like camera bumps a lot bigger in these new iPhones, especially with the Air too, since all the relevant computing components are in the like camera bump of that device,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the rest of it is just like battery, supposedly.
It's so foolish. Like the coverage that I saw was like making a joke about the fact that there's like the camera bump and then there's the very slim like thing for the battery in the screen, and then only for the iPhone Air they have a MagSafe battery attachment because the battery won't last all day.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't I mean Apple tends to be more like efficient with their software and whatnot, so I can
Yeah.
imagine the battery being a little longer, like battery life being a little better than
So it
expected.
doesn't
But
last a day.
yeah,
Like that's all their phones, from my understanding, will last a day of normal use. If you're
Yeah.
going very intense, they won't.
Their marketing says all day battery, but there is speculation. I don't know if it's been tested yet or not, but there's speculation that because they released the MagSafe battery for the Air, that it probably will only barely last a day with very light usage. So
I would be shocked. I like Apple's pretty meticulous with that type of stuff, but I don't know.
yeah, well,
It'd be interesting. I will have to say that battery will probably work with the other devices too.
yeah,
But I'm not here to defend though. Who we'll see.
we'll see.
If it doesn't last all day, that's a huge loss. Like that's a huge L for them.
Yeah.
we'll find out. I guess we'll find out soon enough. In the meantime,
Yeah.
though, speaking of huge loss, Nintendo got this patent, and it's a huge loss for the gaming industry as a whole. So, for those who don't know what happened, essentially Nintendo got a patent for what is effectively summoning a character and letting it fight one another.
I hate them so much.
So,
I hate patents, period, though. But
Yeah, not a fan.
like, I get it for like small medium businesses to help protect their IP and to like get somewhere so big companies don't steal from them, but big companies weaponize it, and we've really got to reform this, or we're just going to end up like who wants to be a small creator, like game developer that wants to, because summoning a character to fight someone else is a very common thing to do these days with games like that's how many different games that are Pokemon-esque that are like this, like
Yeah. I mean, is it even like legal to have like a patent for a game mechanic?
Yeah.
It is. I thought that was
Unfortunately.
I think it has to be a specific implementation of a game mechanic. Because remember, that one studio had that patent for like the Nemesis system,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
that studio doesn't even exist anymore.
right.
But the
WB
patent still
just has
exists.
it. Yeah, the patent still exists.
The radio dial in Mass Effect, that's a patent. That's patented. There's
What,
like
the dialogue?
yes.
What? That's a patent too? I
It's
didn't know
patent. Yes, it is. It is disgusting.
Mm.
It's this type of stuff where it doesn't take any real money to create these types of mechanics. That's what the whole point of patents are for, technically, is innovation that costs a lot so that people can recoup their costs in creating the patent. Software patents are a joke because they're always incremental on someone else's work, and they should be removed altogether. We this is a huge thing that needs to be reformed. It's just going to destroy the gaming industry more.
Mm-hmm.
So the specific implementation of this patent, I believe, is for third-person like games, like Pokemon Arceus, because this whole, but it's really But as we all know, it's meant to go. It's meant to be another patent in their case against Power World. Which at this point, I think we've talked more about Power World's lawsuit than the actual game itself.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate, really.
I mean, Power World is a fun game, but I played a lot of it and I'm kind of over it. It's just unfortunate that a game like that is being fought. They have to fight so hard to just stay above water, or like to exist. Where is it a little bit of a copy of Pokemon? But you could say that about everything, even Pokemon itself. So,
yeah, I mean, I think it's like I think it really should fall under parody because it kind of. I mean, it's Pokemon with guns. I mean, come on, dude. It sounds like a parody already.
Oh yeah.
But not only that though, it seems like Hoyo, the creators of Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact, they're making a creature game too. And it looks like there are concerns that maybe Nintendo could go after them too. And they'd be a much bigger target than Pocket Pair because, they make a shitload of money.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Is this happening in Japan though? Like these lawsuits?
I believe it's a U.S. patent, right?
This is a U.S. patent. This is a U.S. patent.
Yeah. That's
Then
we could at least do something about it.
I don't think there's a patent. I don't think there's a lawsuit in America just yet, but I think they're going to use these American patents to fuel their Japanese fight. I don't know. It's a crazy situation, especially since there's a specific implementation for this, but at the same time though, theoretically, Nintendo could just go after anyone else who are using the concept of a summon, so to speak, which is kind of stupid too. Like they could go after Digimon.
Yeah.
They could go after Shin Megami Tensei, which has you which has you recruiting demons and then summoning them to fight with you alongside you as well.
Would Monster Rancher count or no?
I think Monster Rancher could count too.
Do you summon creatures in Monster?
Well, I don't know if I don't think it mean I mean you don't technically summon creatures in Pokemon either. You like release them out of their Pokemon.
That's summoning, I think essentially.
Right, but like the only Monster Rancher game I've ever played was the one on PS1, and you could summon monsters by putting like a music disc in, and it would like generate a monster based on the hash of the device. It's like, or the disc. It's like, how is that not summoning?
Dude,
it's ridiculous, man.
Summoning is crazy, man. You can summon in Final Fantasy as well. You can summon creatures to fight. Well, it depends on the Final Fantasy. Sometimes I think you just summon and they just do like a big attack, and sometimes you summon them and they're like actual controllable characters. Like in Final Fantasy X, your animas. No, your Aeons.
So, not to change it like what we're talking about a little bit, but the U.S. Grant Office or whatever, I can't remember what it's called, but their patent not their grant trade. Office, sorry, their patent and trade office. How compromised is it? Because like a lot of the other parts of the government are pretty, like, in my opinion, compromised, meaning they flushed out a lot of the people that were doing the job just to put people that aren't qualified at all. And I'm wondering if companies are going to be able to get more, because this should not have gone through.
No.
I have worked in a patent office for software, and it is actually typically difficult, and I'm assuming money does help and certain things do help, but I'm wondering if Nintendo is going to be trying to do more, and some of these companies are going to try to put more patents through that are obviously should not be granted. Like, this is
I'd love to see them try pushing it even more, because obviously with Nintendo, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Right?
I think they will. This is not a good sign. This should not have gone through, and it did. Like, maybe a couple years ago it could have, but like this might show that it's open season for maybe other companies, and that's just going to destroy the game market. A lot of mechanics are built on top of each other, and if you have to worry about copying some mechanic that's a trade. I don't want it. I will stop creating games when I have to start thinking about if I'm creating something that is patented without knowing if there's like 20 different patents to worry about.
Yeah, and even back then, if you guys remember, Bandai Namco used to hold a patent for having mini games on like a loading screen.
Hmm.
That patent did expire,
Yeah.
yes, but by the time it expired, we got SSDs and games load super fast, right? And we've gotten to the point where like we've started masking loading screens instead of having like dedicated loading screens, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that patent expired doesn't even matter anymore, right?
Yeah. Why can't
Now I'm not saying.
why can't the
Oh, sorry.
Doge
Go ahead.
why can't Doge get rid of the patent and trademark? Well, I don't want it to get rid of trademarks. I think trademarks are important per se, but like patents are too. But it's so heavily abused. I'd almost rather it just be gone. Uh,
Well, we can't. Well, I don't know. Money. Money.
I
I
know
mean,
exactly.
the other thing is, like, patents, trademarks, and copyrights are like part of the Constitution, so we can't just get rid of it. We can get
Are
rid of, like,
patents though?
I'm pretty sure patents are.
I don't know. I think patents are a little newer, but I could be wrong about that.
When you say part of the Constitution, do you mean like it's in the main body, or like or it's an amendment?
Patents are in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the Constitution.
There you go. Then
That's crazy.
Yeah,
amend the Constitution. I'm not against that.
no.
I don't like patents. You can obviously tell. They've just been heavily abused so much.
Patents suck, and Nintendo sucks too. But despite the fact that Nintendo sucks, sometimes they can put on a good show. Like so.
I agree with that.
So hold on. I don't actually have a new article for this, but I'll read out some of the stuff that was announced. So they announced a new Mario Galaxy movie alongside a re-release of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. They announced Virtual Boy games with some Virtual Boy accessories to go along with it too. So hold on, let me show you what it looks like. Oh, Virtual Boy accessory. So there's actually two accessories that you slot your Switch into. You can either get the one that looks like a Virtual Boy, or the like Google Cardboard like Virtual Boy.
The cardboard.
It's still like it's
25?
like $30.
Okay.
I was 25.
I was really expecting to be like 60. That's how bad their pricing is that I'm like, oh, okay, 25. That's not too bad.
If you're looking to spend more though, you can spend $100 on the Virtual Boy.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, so it slots in, the screen slots in like this, and it's like Google Cardboard.
Yeah.
So this whole accessory just to play like the 14 games in the Virtual Boy library.
That's correct.
I think it's cool. I also don't need to play it, so I don't need to get it if I don't want, but I think it's cool that they have the option.
Maybe, what if like they actually release new like unreleased Game Boy Virtual Boy games like they did with the Star Fox 2.
Star Fox 2?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
They could. That would be kind of cool, actually.
I'd be interested in that.
Honestly, I'm interested in the accessory as is. I don't think it could be cheaper, of course, but it's up to them if they want more cells.
Did you guys play the Virtual Boy when it first came out?
No.
That's the thing. I've never played it before, but I've only seen stuff on it over the years.
I've seen the AVGN video of it.
My friend, when I was in elementary school, my friend Matt had one, and he was the only person I ever knew, and I played it for about 10 minutes, and it gave me a really bad headache, and I was not interested after that.
I've heard that it does that. Yeah, it kind of reminds me how I'm the only person I've ever known that had a Sega Saturn growing up. You guys ever played the Sega Saturn? It's awesome.
I've played it a little bit. I just had a regular Sega.
So let's see what else. Metroid Prime 4 has a release date. We have Pokemon Pokotopia, which kind of looks like Minecraft almost. We've got Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, Dragon Quest VII Remake, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and some ports. Resident Evil 9 is coming to the Switch too. and of course Final Fantasy VII Remake. I think both the remakes. And there was one that was shown off in the Japanese direct that I'm kind of interested in, Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, which includes the trilogy, but also like the two different versions of each game, since like the Battle Network and the Star Force games did that with like two different versions of each game, kind of like Pokemon.
I do wish they had more Nintendo specific games, even though, I mean, Metroid Prime 4, Nintendo specific. Pokemon. Fire Emblem.
Unfortunately.
I guess what I wanted is some classic. But
what, you mean like a Zelda?
No.
They did put up a
I want Luigi's
Well, they did put up a
4.
trailer for they did put up a trailer for the Hyrule Warriors game, the Age of Imprisonment or something like that.
Okay.
So there's that too. I get what you're saying though, but they also just released two bangers. Well, I don't know if I'd call Mario Kart World a banger. It's fun.
Agreed. They did, but for a release of a console, I feel like it's just been lacking over the years. I just do not feel like there's been enough decent games to come out with releases that are like unique to why you should buy that console.
Maybe they should have just delayed Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And made it switch to exclusive. I bet you.
I don't know about exclusive, but like at least release it with it. Make it more of a reason to get it, but I'm not necessarily asking for exclusives completely. I just would like to see maybe exclusive if it's designed really well for the console and takes account in all the different capabilities of console. Maybe then, but I don't know. I think consoles are kind of dying. But yeah.
Oh yeah, they also announced DLC for Pokemon Legends ZA, which, as we all know, is not out yet. And it's a pretty big expansion too, $30. It's got two versions of Mega Raichu. That's so it's so funny that Pikachu was like the mascot, but no one gives a fuck about Raichu, like the evolved version of Pikachu.
He's not as cute.
That's so mean.
Is it?
I like Raichu.
I don't make the rules. You gotta look like you're less dangerous, and people like that. You don't see it being a snake.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting Pokemon lore bits that Nintendo, I guess, dropped. Like, for example, do you guys remember Lieutenant Surge in Gen 1? He's the lightning gym leader.
I do remember. Yeah.
He's the guy that kind of looks like Guile from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he was apparently in a war, and lightning Pokemon saved his life or something like that during the war. But then they never talk about the war again. And they also retconned his epithet, which was the Lightning American. And then I don't know. There's a lot of like crazy stuff too. Like apparently when in development, there was a rumor that the grass gym leader Erica was actually supposed to be a ghost gym leader, and that she's actually dead, and that the one inhabiting her body is a ghost Pokemon. But of course, apparently that never came to fruition. I don't know. It's just a lot of crazy rumors I've heard about like Pokemon like lore back in the day. Oh, and also we can't forget about the Game Freak leaks, if you guys remember that, for the first episode of this podcast. Man, that was such a crazy leak.
The Game Freak leaks? I don't remember that.
It was the one with the stories of like Tyranitar.
Oh, yeah. No, I do remember that. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind.
Yeah, now you remember. But Nintendo has been kind of all right, I guess. The Switch 2 isn't as exciting as the Switch 1, but I guess we also haven't had like a major Breath of the Wild like level release for the Switch 2, right?
I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza is supposed to be really good.
I mean, it is,
I haven't
but
played
it's
it
also
yet.
not like. But it's also not like a new Zelda. I think people would like flock. I think people would have flocked to it a lot faster if they announced a new Zelda.
Maybe. I think people, I don't know. I bet you they're a little fatigued. There's been a lot of Zelda stuff lately. And so, I don't know. I'm not a big Zelda fan, though. I think,
Also,
yeah.
have we talked about the Zelda movie
Yeah.
at all in this podcast?
We talked
Yeah,
about
we
it a little
talked
bit.
about the casting, I think.
Yeah.
Wait, I think that was one of the episodes where I like had to go MIA.
Yeah.
Was Jimmy from was Jimmy part of the episode or
No.
oh dang, that would have been a good topic to talk with him about.
Yeah.
Here's my thing
Yeah.
on Nintendo Switch. I think it is too similar to Nintendo Switch 1. Like the Switch 2 is it feels more like a 1.5 upgrade. They just bumped the size up, and the graphical power, don't get me wrong, is much better, but is still a little behind in what it could have been released 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it would have been more impressive if it was released 2 years ago. And it's so incremental that that's how they should do it, in my opinion. Because then, and still release, make sure that they're back. Like a lot of games are backwards compatible, and just if you're going to go the incremental route, make it so that it's that way, and that people can just upgrade into it as time goes on. If you're going to make it so similar,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the Wii U all over again, I think.
yeah.
I don't know about that because people thought the Wii U was just an accessory for the Wii and they didn't buy it because they already had one.
But I mean,
the
Wii U when it came out was basically a 360, right? Like and we were already on the Xbox One at that point. Like it was just a generation behind. It felt like it was a marginal upgrade at best, and it, I don't know. I just don't see the Switch 2 being like this the Switch 1 killer, which is what they wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's I will say the Wii U is more innovative than the Switch 2 is. I will say that. Now that being said, if they're going to include like some innovation, which they did, like the mouse sensors that are in the controllers are, I think pretty cool. They need to do much better with the games and promoting those new features, because that is one of the only ones that I can think of that's new about the Switch 2 as opposed to the Switch 1. There's only like one or two things that are actually truly like innovative, and that's it. Like if you go into it, it feels just like the Switch 1. Like if you're used to Switch 1, you're going to, I guess, love the Switch 2, but I'm used to my generational changes of consoles to also have UI enhancements that are more prominent.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't think a lot of developers are going to make use of the mouse functionality. And the ones that are just going to like make it so that you can just point and click with your mouse like in an FPS, right?
Or RTS. Like I'd honestly
or an RTS.
I'd love to play StarCraft on the Switch too. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, why not?
But I don't see many developers wanting to make like a dual mouse game, like in Mario, like in that like what was that game called? The like one where you're on like a wheelchair, you're like a paraplegic. Well, you're not paraplegic.
I think it's just I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the like wheelchair basketball game.
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called though. But yeah.
And then you've also got what was it? You've also got dual I don't know if it's dual mouse. No, I wouldn't. I guess it is dual mouse functionality in Mario Party, but like everyone else has a mouse, and like so I don't think it's really dual mouse functionality, but it's multi-mouse functionality, right? Like you can like have up to 4 cursors on the screen.
Yeah, I think like Wario games and Mario parties and stuff like that actually benefit greatly from this, which cool. Should have released one. I don't think they're that hard to release. Should have done it. I don't know.
I would kill for a new WarioWare, to be honest.
I think WarioWare could have been released with this.
Yeah. WarioWare is so much fun. Emily and I still play WarioWare on occasion on my Wii over here.
Yeah.
The original one or like the one on the Wii?
The Wii. Yeah.
I still have my copy of the original WarioWare on Game Boy Advance,
Oh, hell yeah.
and it's
Nice.
like, and it's delightfully weird. WarioWare games are. You should like, for the audience that hasn't played them before, you should definitely play them. Like, I think one of the like funniest ones is like the booger mini game,
Yeah.
where like you're like having to press A to like sniffle your like snot back up to your up your noses.
Yeah.
Man, and then they don't make weird games anymore.
They need to do, yeah, honestly, it's a big miss on Nintendo. They have a lot of IP now that we're really talking about this that they could have released. An easy win, because I think WarioWare doesn't require like Breath of the Wild kind of style of development. Like, you just need to get some really creative people together and they could pump something out in a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
They just make it fun. That's all that matters. And I think the mouse could have been really good at part of it, the mouse controller.
But you know what I'd kill for? A new Zelda.
Really? There's been
I
so
like
many
Zelda.
Zeldas, though, and they take so long
What do you mean
to
there's
beat.
so many Zeldas? Dude, we only get like one new Zelda every like console generation, man.
No. Because Breath of the Wild had there was 2 related to the Breath of the Wild. Right? And then you had two, like, I feel like 2 Zelda games that are not Zelda, but like Zelda adjacent. I don't know. I'm not a Zelda person, though. I'm going to complain against it. I want more Luigi.
Okay, fine. Whatever. So now, any final thoughts on this Nintendo before we go on to a different part of the world?
Let's move on over to
Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is an interesting one because Saudi Arabia is, of course, host to a number of different esports competitions and just sports in general. And there are lots of different concerns. So essentially, they bought Pokemon's company, RTS, who was co-owner of Evo alongside Sony themselves. And while I don't see them moving, I don't see them moving Evo from Vegas to like. Wait, it's been acquired by a whole city, Qiddiya. How do you pronounce that? I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, that's so bizarre to have a city buy something like that. That's.
Oh, when you're Saudi Arabia, man, you have a lot more money than people expect.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. So I do have so there are concerns within the fighting game community about Saudi Arabia's involvement in the FGC, given the number of human rights violations in that country, and just general anti-LGBT sentiment, especially given that one of the best fighting game players of our time right now, Sonic Fox, fits squarely in that community as well. And he says he will continue to attend Evo. He's an 8-time champion, by the way. I think he's got one of the highest records for like Evo championships. And he wants to continue to attend Evo to fight for representation of the people, which I do find admirable. But I think but what happens if they move the event from Vegas to Saudi Arabia?
Don't go. Which, honestly, you can't, like, you cannot guarantee your safety with some of these countries.
Yeah, I mean, that's my concern too. Like,
unless you fit a very specific profile, it is. I want to say like a diversification of like different events, different communities, and stuff like that in the world is good. Like, I think it is. Like, we need to get along better, and no better way than through games and entertainment, stuff like that. But there's certain human rights that need to be upheld anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not just fighting games. They've also invested hard in like a bunch of other esports as well too.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia and I believe a couple other of those countries over in that part of the world are investing heavily into a lot of Western style sports and esports. So it's probably going to continue. It is interesting to see how it's going because I didn't think they were that big into games. Like, what is like? Are there a lot of esport champions that come out of these countries?
Well, there was one Tekken player that recently emerged, and he's a very good Tekken player. Arslan Ash is from Pakistan,
But Pakistan is not
and
one of the countries that are investing in all this. But he is in the
oh
Middle
right,
East, right? So
yeah, he is in the
it
yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm
yeah.
sure there are some players from like these countries,
There's got to
Saudi
be
Arabia.
what they're doing. So a lot of these Middle East or these countries over in this that part of the world, they're investing their money into they think of this as a portfolio, right? So they divesting and investing their into diverse industries for their portfolio, because they know that like oil money and some other stuff is going to be drying up in the future, and so it's really like it is not bad, but it is. I'm not happy about them investing in the gaming community, which tends to be very diverse in the like LGBTQ and other communities that they don't think potentially should exist. That's not good.
Yeah, and the fighting game community is among one of the most, if not the most diverse gaming communities out there. I mean, yeah, we sometimes get like people like Low Tier God, who is probably the most insane. Like sometimes he's really racist and bigoted. Other times he's very eloquent in telling someone how to like die, so to speak. It's Have you seen the full video of him? Like the big video where he's like, "You should kill yourself now," and give someone else a piece of the oxygen. And
No.
it's weirdly eloquent.
Is it more of a bit, or is that like how he truly feels? Like, is he on social media saying that, or is this like his like?
It was live on Twitch when he said that. It's insane. You need to watch the full video.
Because if it's a bit, I'm a little bit lenient to that type of stuff. But like in the Ghost of Yotai kind of thing, where
I don't think it's a bit.
Then yeah,
because I don't know for certain if it's a bit. It probably at some point the toxicity is probably a little bit of a bit, but I think he actually is that toxic in person.
Yeah. I definitely don't recommend anyone, because there's a lot of online personas that do stuff and then it becomes a bit, but then come to find out that's actually how they think, and they just kind of, I don't know.
I mean, he was banned from Evo though, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's probably not a bit.
That's not a bit. I was just wondering. Yeah. I didn't know he got banned. I don't know this part of the gaming very well, so thank you for informing me on that. That's
yeah. But yeah, the fighting game community is very diverse, and it's got some of the most interesting people. And like they've been at it for a very long time, before most other esports, to be honest, because the people used to travel worldwide for this stuff, and they still do actually. But even like back in the 90s, they traveled worldwide for this stuff.
I mean, it's cool. I'd love to see this type of stuff get promoted out into different countries more. Hopefully hopefully it drives good change in these countries, instead of like consolidating into just removing rights to players that want to go to these events and that feel like they'd be threatened.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it comes down to like the concept of sports washing, where it's like the countries with human rights violation, like histories of it, will invest in sports for a number of reasons. But the biggest is to like, be able to silence athletes who are, using their platform to talk about human rights abuses.
Yeah.
And then
like Qatar.
Yeah.
Like all those years ago.
The other thing is like just kind of being like, hey, your favorite sports event is being hosted in Saudi Arabia or wherever, and that for the audience member, the sports fan, that builds a positive sentiment with them. towards the host country. So there's a lot of different ways that they can do this. I mean, didn't Saudi Arabia also invest in like the PGA Tour or something, and they were using their pull over the PGA at that point to like exclude a golfer? I don't remember exactly the story, but it was something to that effect.
I don't know much. I don't really know. I don't really follow golf.
Yeah,
It's news to me.
it sounds so PGA Tour rejects the offer and the investments and stuff like that, and so they created their own rival league.
Yeah,
but I think you're onto something though, because there are multiple. That's why I'm being very vague on all this. Like there is more than just Saudi Arabia that's investing in this type of stuff. Yeah, I don't know.
We've talked about something similar to this on the podcast before, and I want to make it clear that when I'm talking about like China or Saudi Arabia, I'm talking about the government and not the people, right? Because I got I got a DM from a guy from Saudi Arabia who was like, "I'm very disappointed you were espousing like very regressive ideas," and it's like, dude, I'm not talking about the people. I know that there are many good people. The majority of 100%. The people in these countries are good, but the governments, do things that are horrible.
Yeah, that's why you have to be careful with this sort of like discussion, and especially in regards to like these countries, because at some point a lot of it can really tip over easily into what is effectively xenophobia.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like the discussion on like the Chinese government doing bad things ends up, eventually going back to like, oh, Chinese people bad, right? Like,
right.
Obviously, that's not how we feel, but I'm sure that's how some people out there feel too.
Just watch a couple of our other episodes. You'll see we bash on I bash on America more than anything. So as a country, not as the individuals. There's a lot of great people here, but at the end of the day, governments usually get formed by the people. I'm not, and there are so many good people in a lot of these countries. Like Russia is one where I lived there for a while, and there's a lot of good people there. But unfortunately, you end up with a government that can be very oppressive. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. There's also discussions about like fighting game players, whether or not they should even take this. And I'm of the opinion that I can't blame them for, wanting to take the money, because fighting game players get paid a lot less than like your average esports professional does. Because in general, they just pay out less, to be honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not going to blame anyone that needs, because like it's their life. At this point, it's their livelihoods. If you like cut them out of that, then like, what are they going to do? Go back to working a daytime job? Former Evo champion going back to like work a job?
I mean, you eventually have to. You age out really fast, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, let's look at Justin Wong. He's been there for a very long time. While I don't think he actively competes anymore, he's effectively a sportscaster now, and a Twitch streamer. So he's made it big enough to actually like be able to do things without having to actually compete in these major tournaments. Well, I'm sure he still competes every now and then, but like not nearly as often as like he used to. I'm not sure any of the fighting game players have really aged out to the point where they have to retire because they can't keep up. Like I think the Five Gods of Japan, like Daigo, still plays too.
Yeah, I always think of like FPS especially, and that tends to FPS and even RTS, I believe, tend to age out fast. But at the end of the day, it's becoming a little bit more like regular sports, to where you age out into a career that's hopefully like a
like adjacent to
like a lot
sport.
Of exactly, like a lot of these like football players and other stuff do. But the difference too is football players and a lot of those types of people, they end up with lots of money to retire on if they plan it right. Where I don't think esports pays nearly as well.
Mhm. And honestly, the problem with a lot of esports, in my opinion, is that they're mostly unwatchable for anyone outside of the sport. Like, if you were to watch football as someone that doesn't know anything about football, I mean, it might be difficult to understand, but you still kind of get the idea, right?
I think it's just a stigmatism issue.
Uh,
I think if
but
my
I think,
dad was to watch League of Legends, a tournament, I think he'd be like, "This is silly. This is a cartoon thing." To be fair, if he probably
yeah,
sat there and watched the whole game, he'd probably get into it.
Mm.
he like I
yeah,
think people
but
that are
like,
competitive do actually will, if they sit down and watch it enough, they will probably enjoy it.
yeah, but at the same time, though, they have to attract new people, and like Gardner probably wouldn't stigmatize it. But if like he watched League of Legends, Do you think he would understand? Like Gardner, you've never played League before, right?
No, I've played I've played Dota a little bit, so I kind of know maybe how it works a little bit.
I think you could catch on pretty quick.
Yeah,
Do you think Emily would understand though? Because like
mm,
you have to. Yeah, the thing with like sports is you also have to appeal to the people that don't play the sport too,
yeah.
right?
I don't think Emily specifically would be interested in anything like that. She doesn't like the competition aspect of sports, but I think you'd have. I think that there is like a um uh you have to have like a kind of convergence of like interested in competition, interested in like video games, in order to have that overlap of like wanting to watch competitive games. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
yeah.
I really don't know if there's a huge difference between a football match and a League of Legends match. That sounds weird, but you have two sides and you're trying to get to one side to do a goal, or
Yeah.
the difference is like one's fighting and you get to see like different techniques, and the other one is I guess in football's stance like kind of fighting, where you're got your defense and you make sure the offense doesn't get through and all that, and there's a lot of technique and a lot of strategy that goes into it.
Well, the thing
Sure.
though is that in like football, there's a lot of downtime, and the sportscasters can use those downtimes to explain specific
Yeah.
strategies. Whereas like in League, there's like actually no downtime, and there's a lot of different builds and stuff in League, and a lot of items that drastically change how a character plays and like how you're supposed to level them up. And you may not be able to convey some of those concepts to like the average person. Whereas like let's look at a fighting game, for example.
Yeah.
Fighting games are really difficult to actually play and like really be really good at, but like you can watch it, you immediately know what's going on, right? It's just two guys fighting each other, and like even if you don't understand like that they did a crazy frame one link or whatever, you understand that like oh he's doing a combo, and and you may not understand like oh he's plus on block, or you might not like he's minus or plus on block, but like oh he did a move and like a slow move and like it's gonna cost him. Like you understand basic concepts like that, right?
Yeah.
It's easily translatable to
I
like the average person.
I was
I
just thinking, like, if you're gonna have a game that'll have a bigger appeal to other folks, like a video game, I think a fighting game is a more like versus something like Dota or League is going to be an easier sell. Um, just because like it's 1v1 and there's one screen for both players, like if you're doing like League, then they're having to cut between. I've never watched one, so I don't know, but like they have to cut
they have
between
to
all the
cut.
different people and all this shit.
There's a lot going on. I
Yeah.
think it can be very similar to MMA, fighting, football, or soccer. Even maybe soccer is better to League. Soccer doesn't have a whole lot of downtime either, from my
Yeah,
understanding.
but filming
So
soccer is easy because they can just follow the ball.
they can follow the ball. I agree. I agree with this. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. It's the competitive nature that people get into. I'm not trying to do a complete 1-to-1, but
Yeah,
I think
I
people
get it.
would get into it. I don't know.
Fighting games are extremely competitive, and they're fighting
Yeah.
for what is effectively scraps. If you're interested in fighting games, by the way, not just you guys, but anyone listening, do yourself a favor and go to your locals. And sometimes, if a new fighting game comes out, someone's gonna bring their setup with the new fighting game, and you can play for free if you bring a controller. That is.
That's cool.
And some of them are willing to teach you how to play, and you'll have a group of friends to play and get better with too, if you're interested.
I suck so bad at fighting games nowadays.
Dude, come on, dude. Of course, I also like doing fight sticks because they just feel a lot more comfortable to play on. So,
Maybe I should get a fight stick.
or you could 3D print one and like buy the buttons and stuff, and you'd have a much cheaper fight stick.
How much are they?
Depends on which ones you want. Like the one I have is the Kanba Obsidian 2. And I think that one actually recently went down in price, but it MSRP I think it came out like $300, but you could buy it right now for like $180. This is the one I have and use right now. It's a PlayStation fight stick, but you can use it on a PC, of course.
Okay.
It even says it right there.
I mean, 180. Yeah, I'd rather buy it than print it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it would be more economical to do so, but the cool thing about fight sticks is that they're very modular and they're very repairable too. If you're someone that really likes to repair things, right to repair and all that cool stuff, you can customize it, mod it. You can even get custom art on it too if you're that kind of person.
Now, customizing, like we're gonna get to customizing at the end with something I posted, but yeah, I'm all for customizing. I like 3D printing for simple and like customizing, but yeah.
Silksong. So, would you say Silksong is an easy game?
No,
probably not.
My
right?
wife's cussing right next to me is definitely saying that it's not that easy of a game.
No.
Yeah, so Silksong is not an easy game, which is why there have been some concerns about its high difficulty, and of course the ever so and the inevitable get good comments. So Silksong is hard, some would say. I've seen some clips of people struggling at specific points. Like there's one point in Hunter's March, I think it was the area, where you have to bounce off of like what looks like bell peppers.
They suck so freaking bad. I had to help my wife with one and I hated it so much. Sorry.
Really? I didn't have any issue with that.
Oh my gosh, the mechanic is so once again high tech showing his skill level. Ugh.
I might have failed it like the first like 2 times, but like I
yeah, I tried that for a while. Like it took like 20.
Yeah, like I even got used to it with like the weird you get another crest like close to that area where you like I think you get it in that area where you like start like doing like all right, so there are crests in the game that like change your moveset substantially, and there's one that makes your attacks like more feral. And one of them changes your like dive attack to where instead of it being like a straight diagonal, right? And it's instead like like an inverse parabolic like sort of projectile where you move slowly first and then you curve down. And I got used to like doing my dive attacks that way too. But
okay.
In addition to that, though, there were some criticisms for 2 specific bosses in the game. Moorwing, which you fight in Gray something, I forget the name of the place, and Sister Splinter. I also forget where you fight her too, but I beat both of them before they nerfed them. They actually nerfed those 2 bosses in particular. I'm not sure in what ways they were nerfed, but I beat them before the nerf. So
I heard one of them wasn't that hard. Actually, that it didn't really necessarily need to be nerfed, but
I don't think either of them really did. I think people just have a hard time dealing with like enemies like showing up in a boss fight too. Because I think Sister Splinter shows up.
Yeah, I do hate Sister multiple Splinter enemies in a boss.
Yeah. I get the concern, but at the same time though, I feel like at some points they can help you out with staying alive a little longer. True. Because you can build up mana off of well, not mana. I think it's called silk. Yeah.
Is it silk?
You can build up silk. It's silk in this one. Yes. You build up silk in this, and you can use it to heal.
Yeah.
So
I agree. That actually does help.
I mean, it's a matter of perspective, to be honest. They did fix a bunch of bugs in this patch. They nerfed the bosses a little bit. They also increased rewards for certain things too. But in addition to that, though, one of the most popular mods in Silksong is an easy mode.
Hmm.
So what this does is this removes double damage from like regular enemies and environments too.
I hate double damage.
Yes.
But I wouldn't use
I
this.
I don't like double damage either, to be honest, but I mean, honestly, man, I really think you should play the game unmodded first. That's my personal opinion.
Here's my opinion on this all. I think accessibility is an important thing in games, and I honestly would love. It's an indie developer, but super successful. I would like to see more accessibility options put into games like this that are really difficult to like. Some people they struggle with a bunch of different like physical or other elements that they want to enjoy the story because the game is actually very interesting. The environments are very fun. I don't play it for the difficulty. I play it for a lot of other stuff. The difficulty is just kind of like makes it rewarding for me. I
Yes.
think a lot of games should. I don't like the sentiment of get good. I like the sentiment of let everyone play it and just add a mode for it or something. I don't know. Or just allow mods like this. Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to an easy mode, but only after like the player dies 5 times in a row. Kind of like how Ninja Gaiden lets you unlock Ninja Dog mode. But to be fair though, in Ninja Gaiden in Dog mode, Ninja Dog, they relentlessly mock you for being an easy mode too.
That's a hard one because that is funny. But like I said, there are I think it doesn't like for the people that like, well, I beat it like and it's hard and all that, like that doesn't just diminish what you accomplish by allowing some people to be able to finish it in an easy type of mode. I don't know.
The thing with easy mode mods is at what point does it not just become a game of downloading mods to make the game easier and easier and easier progressively, because you've already unlocked the floodgates at that point, right?
Sure.
So most of the mods here are like easy mods that make the game objectively easier. Like for example, this one right here. This one here gives all enemies a health bar.
I'm not gonna lie,
bosses
that would be so
and
nice.
Enemies. And you can even change how it looks too. Like you can change to like a life bar, a different style life bar, another life bar. You can even change it to hearts if you really wanted to. You can even have like their health values right there too if you want.
Is that really like a difficulty thing though?
I mean, it's not really a difficulty thing. It's more of an accessibility thing, but like
I might actually do
I
that.
think there's a very clear difference between a game where you know precisely how much HP an enemy has, whereas a game where you don't, unless you've been keeping track like manually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there's also another one with the compass effect. Oh yeah, and in Silksong, for those who don't know, in addition to buying maps and also various things that upgrade like your mapping skills, you also have to buy the compass, and you have to have it equipped on you to find out where you are on the map as well. And this makes it so that happens.
Yeah, but
it's always on.
It's always on. Yeah.
I always have the compass equipped
in the Hollow Knight at least, but
yeah. So like basically, it prevents me from using another item sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's another item here. Always have magnet effect, which pulls rosaries and shards towards you always, which is something you're supposed to equip an item for.
Yeah.
There's another easy mode mod where you just respawn at the start of your at the level you died in instead of at a bench. Which I could imagine trivializing the game quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, you bought the game, play it how you want.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
That's my sentiment on it.
For example, I love Spelunky. I will never stop talking about how much I love Spelunky, but I also love modding Spelunky. Like, or I even will have like, I'll play with a trainer so I can like get the items I want. Like it's less fun to play the game when it's not like I can imagine more fun ways of playing it, so that's how I'm going to do it, right? That's how it comes right down to me.
I think what I'd like to see though from like the Hollow Knight Silksong modding community, because they have the modding framework that every game that uses Unity uses now. They have a BepIn EX, which I think just about everything uses now. I would like to see more interesting mods outside of just making the game easier or harder. Like, imagine new areas or some crap like that, or new enemies. I'd like to see stuff like that.
That type of stuff will take a lot longer. Like, these are very easy mods to put in. That's why you're seeing them up front. But I agree with you. I'd like to like add additional mods like that are very transformative, I guess, of the game
experience.
The experience. That's you'll see like easy stuff get added in the beginning. Like, oh my gosh, skip intro. The guy drew on like, wow, right there, skip intro, that thumbnail.
Well, I mean that's kind of ridiculous. That is kind of funny though. Let's see. You can force PS5 icons. There's not that many interesting mods. I mean, to be fair, the game only came out like 2 weeks ago at this point. No, it came out last week. So yeah, like only a week, like a little over a week at this point. I mean, I'm hoping we get more interesting mods at some point. Even like mods that like lets you reskin the character. That'd be kind of funny to see.
Yeah.
I am of the opinion that you should, at the very least, play the game as much as you can, non-modded, because that's the intended experience, right? Like, there's also for those who don't know, there's also an additional hard mode you can unlock, called Steel Soul, which essentially makes it so that if you die, your save data gets deleted. It's like a hardcore mode, like an Iron Man mode.
Damn.
I'm not going to do that because that sounds a little too cray-cray for me.
But I just don't have the time to do that type of stuff. I mean, I respect, like, I can see people that this is their game and this is the only game they're going to play for a while. Like, okay, go for it. Like, I'm not against that type of thing, but if you're going to do that, might as well add an easy one.
Get good. Well, yeah, they did add an easy one. It's called normal mode.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know, but there's people that like their reaction times because of like a physical issue or something like that aren't as high, but they still want to enjoy the game. So trying to be inclusive on this.
There are some quality of life things I would like to do. Like, I would like to not be restricted to a bench when I want to like change out equipment and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, there's stuff like that where it doesn't even feel like it adds difficulty per se, because I can always get to it. Just makes things more time consuming and it is frustrating.
Yeah, because the pause is like real time. I think you can't actually like when you're like in that menu. Like I wouldn't know because you're sitting on a bench when you're changing equipment and stuff. But like
it's real time.
They could make it like Dark Souls where you can change the equipment like in real time, but like if you're like next to an enemy while you're trying to change equipment, they'll just like kill you.
Yeah, and that's what would happen.
Yeah. So I think they could do that for sure. Silksong. I do like when games challenge players in different ways. I know some players may not be capable of it, but I think at the very least they should try.
I'm not against that. I don't like I think the get good is funny, but it's like also at the same time, let people play it how they want. And I get it. It's a developer decision too, but if people want to mod it, just let them mod it. So kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
But this is one of those games that is that it wasn't even an early access, which is interesting, but Steam is chomping down on early access now, right?
Not just early access. early access for adult games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see what kind of game this is. So I do find it super interesting that Valve is going at. So I think payment process. I'm not sure what the difference is between like a game that's in early access versus a game that's fully released in terms of like this situation, but this article presents a interesting theory that payment processors are worried that like a game that's an early access, like an adult game that's in early access, could add stuff that's more taboo. Like last minute they could add like content that they don't like, as opposed to the content that they approved, so to speak. And apparently this change was not like they didn't make this change known. Apparently, Valve didn't, at least.
Yeah, I get it. So I wonder if this is also about I believe adult only games are less likely to get finished and can be a little bit more crowding in the whole sphere of like early access. So people release it, then they don't release updates and stuff like that, and so maybe it's abused a little. Doesn't mean that it's right that they abuse it or that they remove it for everyone, but could be that too. I don't like the idea that payment processors like, oh, in the future you could add something we don't like. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. That could be the reason. If that's the reason, screw that.
I don't know if there's a real meaningful difference in statistics between abandoned early access games that are just normal games and like abandoned early access games that are like adult games. Because we see plenty of that already in normal games. Plenty of games stay early access forever, to be honest.
I've looked at both and the comments on a lot of different I like scrolling comments for like a ton of different games, and I will have to say like seems pretty prevalent in this side of and on the adult side of things. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's partially it, but at the end of the day, like I don't know, like maybe Steam needs to be a little less lenient. Maybe that's the problem, is that early access, they're just, well, it's early access, so we'll be a little less lenient when they make updates to it. But I don't know if that's even the case though. Like Cyberpunk will make major updates to Cyberpunk. Do they scrutinize every update, whether it be early access or not? Or is this truly a payment processor issue? It's
I mean, Valve didn't care before, so I mean, I think this has to be related to the payment processor issue.
They tighten stuff up on early access and a lot of it's not like Valve doesn't tighten things up depending on, like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a payment processor thing. Like they will change the way even early access is done on some of these other things that they have on Steam, just because.
I think if Valve really cared that much about changing early access, they think they would have done it for all games, not just adult games.
Well,
then to be honest,
if Valve changed this, if this was Valve changing it, they're an extremely data-driven company, and they wouldn't make an arbitrary change like this if they didn't have data to back up why they were doing it, right? Like if adult-only games were like, 800% more likely than a non-adult only game in early access to never leave early access, then they might be doing it for that reason. Who knows? But
I think Valve would have announced that change and not just have it a surprise, because apparently this was a total surprise. They didn't announce this change at all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm inclined to believe, and also the timing is very suspect because Valve is still dealing with all of this payment processor crap. So I can't think that it's totally unrelated to it, even if Valve may have data suggest that maybe adult games get abandoned more often.
Hopefully it's not a trend of them just not updating us more, because that'd also suck. Because I know more and more companies are not updating us on this type of thing. I feel like it's more shadow updates, and you have to find out. Like YouTube, great example. People are losing revenue and views and stuff, and it was not an update to creators. People had to investigate it, and it is prevalent right now. I am seeing all sorts of creators like Gardiner's a level where it just is just screwing them over. So I'm hoping it's not a trend.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
It's so bad.
So I am of the belief that it is very much related to the payment processor issue that's been going. That's still going on, so to speak. I mean, I'm not sure what more to make of it besides that.
You're probably right. I'm trying to inflate the topic more because it's fun. But you're probably right.
Yeah, I get it though. I mean, it's not a bad look. It's not a bad looking game.
Yeah.
I think what Baldur's Gate 3 proved was that the problem with adult games is not the adult content, but rather the shitty gameplay that most of them have.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. At the end of the day,
because Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, and you can fuck a bear in that one.
Damn, that
it's
just
true.
makes me think of Super Troopers. Hey, bear.
Oh
yeah,
man.
There you go. Hopefully we hear something about this, then it's not silent, and I really hope that this isn't like reason for payment processors to keep on essentially policing where it should be done on more of the government level, not payment processor level for this type of stuff. That's the my final say on this.
Yeah, this whole situation has been going out of control. It's crazy. I don't know if like people are just saying, "Oh, Visa will never have my business again." Dude, come on, dude, be realistic.
Boycotts almost never work. Really how you have to do it is you have to fight for your lawmakers to make changes, usually. Unless you have a really big cause, changes don't usually like this. Like, people aren't going to be able to fight it on the Visa MasterCard level. What we need regulation on them. Honestly, we should not be Visa and MasterCard essentially have a monopoly. So.
Yeah, and speaking of fighting for change,
let's go back to cash. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I do not want to carry cash. I lose cash.
Well, Gardiner, if you've ever been, Japan would be the place for you. Japan's still a cash-based society for the most part.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so here we go. Lenovo Legion Go.
So, a creative modder has transferred the Legion Go. I don't know if this is I don't think this is the second one. I think this is the first one. But I wanted to throw this in because I wanted something fun at the end, because we cover a lot of heavy topics, and it's a mod. I love mods. It's a little chunky, but they essentially can slot their Legion Go into this I believe 3D printed case, and they have some batteries in there, and it is what is it, 190 watt battery pack. Nice. So this thing's gonna last for like as long as your phone's gonna last for. It's pretty cool. I think it is, at least.
Dude, this looks like you could 3D print the enclosure. In fact, I think it might even be 3D printed.
That's what I was saying. It's pretty sure 3D. Yeah, it's 3D printed dock. It is designed to hold a keyboard and also to have a battery pack that you can put in. You can buy batteries like this and put them in. So I make them rechargeable.
Wait, did he just weld all these batteries together himself and like put a BMS down here? That's crazy. They did himself.
Weld them? I don't know if you need to even weld them together. You can buy batteries that are similar to this, and you can just put it together. The other part, yeah. So yeah, I'm curious if you can get. I want to attempt a mod like this. I just don't want to burn my house down.
Just do it outside.
Do it out. Okay. Still cause a brush fire, burn my house down. I don't know. Or get the cops called on me
So
for bombs or something. It's
so
sorry, continue.
it's certainly not airplane legal, that's for sure.
No. No, this is definitely you have to drive to play this.
Well, that sucks if you're the only one going to somewhere with this.
It's I'm
You could
sure
you
it's
could
more
do
of a
like
passion project kind of thing. It's
absolutely.
more than half mods are meant more for just the fun in making it. It's not the most, I wouldn't say it's the most practical at this point with the money and everything spent. Might as well go with a laptop, but it's still cool. I
I
like it.
mean, yeah. I think one thing I would probably change is the keyboard. I'm not really big on this keyboard, to be honest.
It's really raised really high. I would not if I was to change it all, I'd be doing the battery pack on the back and have it work with the kickstand that it comes with and just carry my own keyboard and mouse. I like the concept, but my hand would cramp really fast with that high of a keyboard.
Yeah, you'd be doing like one of these.
Yeah, I don't like that. But
Dude. Also, I am curious how this thing closes and like, is it just gonna press all the keys at once? Because like most laptops have a way to prevent that.
it's yeah, look at it. It has little stoppers.
Oh, I see the pegs. Yeah.
It's
All right.
yeah.
Well, my other change would be to make it a mechanical keyboard too, but that's probably not going to fit well.
You could have short key or short switch mechanical keyboard. There's some out there and do it, but yeah.
Yeah.
You throw in like I guess rip out a Razer laptop keyboard and throw it in there. They have short switch keys.
Dude, but Razer laptops. Oh, or you can just do it, or better yet, you can just do like a frame. You can just do this with like a framework. You can put like a framework motherboard and just 3D print your own.
That's what Framework
enclosure.
needs to start doing is docks, like portable docks. That'd be cool for my like gaming devices like this.
Dude, Framework, if they made a dock, that would be amazing. I would love that.
That would be pretty sick.
And make it so that I can like different types of docks that I can do like an eGPU. Honestly, that's what I really want from game companies right now is I want a really flushed out dock for these USB 4 devices that I can slap my video card into. Have it work without and work with so that I can upgrade eventually into it. I'd love that.
You know what I would love? A Steam Deck 2.
That'd be sick.
It's not happening until 2028.
Hey man, I'll wait then, man. It'll revitalize my channel.
I don't know.
I can make a Steam Deck masterclass.
Something scary is coming for me on that one. Like, will I be alive by the time the 2028 comes out?
What?
Like, I'm gonna be in my 40s by then.
Oh shit.
So I don't know, man. It's all downhill then.
Dude, don't worry, man.
I will be 40 in 2028.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not fun to think about, but you know, let it come, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the Steam Deck too. Just
Steam
think
Deck
about that.
Hey, as long as it can play all the games I want for a good long while, then I can retire in peace. I mean, I'm not gonna be retiring at 40, but you know.
Yeah. You'd have to be super rich to retire at 40.
Who says I'm not? I mean, I'm not, but
dude, if you were super rich, you wouldn't be working a day job.
No, I'd just be doing this. I like talking. No.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing. I'd just be making random bullshit YouTube videos and talking on the podcast if I didn't need a day job.
You'd be getting on Twitter too, and you being more online might not be good.
That's true. Just ask Notch.
Yeah. Oh gosh. He's proof that you can go on and do more stuff even after you make stupid comments.
Dude, Notch, he probably became so rich and so isolated after like leaving Minecraft.
He was very isolated. That was a big part of the problem. From my understanding is that in his case, money did not buy friends and other stuff. He became very isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and isolation really does
It's
fuck
not
with a
good.
lot of things too. Like COVID, I would argue all this madness began with COVID, starting during the COVID era.
It exacerbated it. It was already happening. Social media is a big driver of loneliness.
Mm-hmm.
It was happening before that. It just became a catalyst. I think it showed some people that they need to get out and touch grass more, but other people dove even deeper in their isolation.
No.
It's not good, but hopefully at least listening to the podcast helps with some people's, like, you shouldn't substitute it as an isolation, but at least, you know, getting some different opinions in your life and getting some good news. Hopefully the podcast helps a little bit with everyone.
Yeah, there was some pretty good news. Tokyo Game Show. If there's more news about that, we'll probably talk about it next week too, to be honest.
And if you're out there and you're lonely, I actually have some very good advice. Find your local contra dance and go to it. Or
what's a contra dance?
Contra dancing is like folk dancing. It's like line dancing, but with more rules. And you can go and just watch and learn. You can take classes and then and learn how to do it. And it's very structured. It's very fun. It's super social. You'll have a good time.
I didn't know.
Dude,
so you can do the contra
dancing?
dancing?
I never took you as a. Yeah. I never took you for a dancer, Gardiner.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? I love dancing.
That's crazy. We're learning more and more about Gardiner every day.
A very, very rich individual you are, Gardiner.
Rich in spirit, not so much in capital, but that's all right. I'd take spirit wealth over anything else.
Agreed. They can't take they can't take it away.
Totally,
they can't take my spirit from me. I'll tell you that much.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing. Yes.
Now, just need YouTube to fix the other part. Do you think it's like to dive into this a little bit and then we can, I guess, end the podcast, but do you think the YouTube issues are partially because of like tariffs and people not buying as much, so that like the ad revenue is just not worth as much?
I think it's two problems that are hitting at the same time. The first is that I'm pretty sure that they were like kind of hinting at they're introducing like an actual like AI moderation system, and that has had a huge unintended knock on. But also I think that like we're in that weird space leading up to Christmas, and so like a lot of advertisers are like saving their money for now so that they can have like a big Christmas blitz.
My theory is I still think it's somewhat tariffs. People just aren't buying as much because they can't afford as much, but also cost of living. It's not just tariffs. But from my understanding, like shadow banning in a form of if you promote, like, let's say you do a lot of adult games, not like adult only, but like mature, or have anything that's like not kid friendly, they're hitting those ones even harder. And so you can get flagged to where, and oh man, it's probably going to get worse. They probably have been secretly doing that AI age gating for a long time, and people just didn't realize it. And that might be what's happening. They might flag your account as like, oh, you watch a lot of cartoons, then you shouldn't be recommended something else.
Yeah. Well, if you go, you can actually like go onto your YouTube channel and like look at your own videos, right, that you upload, and you can then go into the your user menu and enable restricted mode, and you'll see a bunch of your videos disappear, even though you've never been like content, like never been told like this is demonetized, this is age restricted. Those videos will just disappear from your own video feed, and that's also causing it, because I think that if you have enough of your, like a high enough percentage of your own videos that disappear from your channel in restricted mode, then I think the AI moderation stuff is like looking at that percentage and being like, this is dangerous for kids, then maybe this channel is too dangerous for ads, whatever. It's crazy, dude.
I really hate like the generalization. I get it. Like I would rather be like for kids wise, I'd rather be safe. Honestly, if you flag them as a kid, I don't want my kids getting ads that are not like
Yeah.
maybe if it's full on, I don't know. Cuz they got like I get it. Using the platform, got to pay for it somehow to an extent, but I would almost rather pay cuz I want my kid likes to watch documentaries and learning stuff. I'm 100% for like supporting that type of thing. I want him to learn more. I'll pay for that content if you can make it easier. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where like subscription services come in, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think kids belong on YouTube in any way, shape, or form. Like, sorry.
It's so hard. Once you have a kid and their friends are doing it, it gets really hard to make the decisions on how much and everything. We really try to limit, but I've been testing out doing the heavily restricted YouTube thing for my oldest kid just to see. And for the most part, like he's not allowed to watch shorts and he can watch like learning and some stuff, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's like crazy? Here's some numbers that'll blow your mind. My PeerTube tends to get like 130 views per video currently, right?
Okay.
My most recent video where I interviewed Alcazar from the guy who made Kazetta has the average number of views on my PeerTube. My PeerTube usually gets maybe like 0.1% of the views that the YouTube version does. But this time it has like 10% of the YouTube version.
Ooh.
Like, but it's still only getting the average number of views, right? So the YouTube version of this video has like 1,900 views, and this one has 139. So it's like close to 10%, right? Is that 10% or is that 1%? I can't do math. I don't know. Anyway.
So is that, I'm trying to understand, is that like you usually get more views or less on YouTube?
On my YouTube video, I would normally have expected that video on YouTube to get like 10,000 views, and it has 1,900.
1,900. For some reason I was thinking 19,000. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
no, sorry.
Yeah, that's 10%.
Yeah. So 100. So, but my PeerTube videos are always getting like consistently around 130-ish views, sometimes more, depending on if I'm talking about PeerTube, because people seem to watch PeerTube videos about PeerTube more often. It's weird. but like the thing is, like, this is all clearly a problem with YouTube's algorithm, right? Like everything, like the recommendations and everything, like you're not seeing content that you're actually like subscribed to. You're seeing content that YouTube thinks you want to see. And now it's like YouTube is actively like removing content that it knows you want to see from your feed too.
It 100%. I'm a feed kind of fiend,
Gardiner.
I guess, because I do use the feed a lot on YouTube, and it is not giving me recommendations for stuff that I normally like it's leaving out channels that I'm like, I like this type of stuff, give it, like, recommend it to me, and it's not, and I'm watching it less actually.
Yeah, same.
Gardner, are you sure you don't want to watch Mr. Beast?
I think
certain. YouTube just wants I think YouTube just wants what's best for you.
Yeah. Ugh.
But really though, I mean, YouTube also introduced a new feature called Hype.
Yes.
Where you can essentially hype it, and people are claiming that's going to help them, the algorithm, but that's just going to get gamed like everything else in the system. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way it's not going to get gamed by those at the top anyways.
I also think some people are still getting some decent views, and their revenue's down quite a bit.
Yeah.
And so
my revenue this month compared to last month is essentially the same, but it's down year over year, and it's down like quarter over quarter, it's down, like, so it's just YouTube, it feels like a losing game at this point. And I hate that I built my company on the back of my channel,
will say this. It's really hard, and there's a lot of different ways to diversify, but it is hard. I don't think people should put like bet their livelihood on a single company. I think it's dangerous, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these companies have shown that they can make little tweaks that can ruin your livelihood.
Yep.
Gardner, at least you have other avenues right now, but it still sucks, right? And so,
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, and truthfully, my YouTube channel, at one point, it was like making up about a third of all of my income, right? And now it's making up like less than a quarter. But you know, I can like pivot and like do more of the production stuff that I do for my company. But the problem is, I love talking about Linux and Steam Deck and free and open source software, right? And that has been a huge part of my life for the last 10 years, 11 years. I just had my 11th year anniversary on YouTube. And it's like,
that's crazy.
And it's like, dude, it literally feels like my channel is falling apart. It's like I'm standing on a precipice and the edge of the fucking cliff is disappearing beneath my feet. Like, that's what it feels like. And it feels deliberate. Like, it feels like YouTube is actually trying to subvert the work that I'm doing, and it sucks, you know?
I wonder if they're trying to compete with like TikTok and some of these other ones and just really trying to push into like slop tube stuff too.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Like short form content. I've also noticed this with
I
like,
don't know.
I was being facetious, right?
Okay.
Like by pivoting to like slop tube and shorts and shit, they are actively harming long form creators, the people that built the platform to begin with.
Yeah,
and it's horrible.
Yeah, I agree too. So also one more thing I should mention, I've also noticed this with like chef YouTubing. Like a lot of the big prominent ones kind of moved away from making recipes and like recreating like foods from like shows or like making better versions like fast food stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just resorting to just making tier lists. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you know which ones I'm talking about, right?
I don't really watch a lot of that, but I've seen like more recommendations for like, you know, that kind of content recently, which I don't watch.
And I think, and like, I don't know, and like some part of it I'm sure is because, you know, it makes them more money for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But another part of it I certainly believe is that like, well, like YouTube like pushes that kind of stuff because like making like cooking and making a recipe and like all that stuff, I'm sure that takes a lot of time, like dedication to do. Whereas
it
like
does.
going to like every fast food restaurant and comparing their like chicken nuggets or whatever, like I'm sure it takes a lot less time.
Everyone's doing that though. That's a very trendy topic for the past 2 years, is that tier lists for like going to fast food places and all that. I'll be honest, guys, like I watch those things. I'm a sucker for tier lists, but it has to be the right tier list. And if it's all you do, then yeah, it gets very tiresome. But I do like a tier list every once in a while.
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of sucks that something that they like built them, they don't even do the things they built themselves on anymore. Like I'm sure Gardner Bryan could easily like transition to like making slop tier list videos.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure his fan base would be very betrayed at that, and two, he'd probably betray himself too, right?
Yeah, so dude, that's the thing. Like I could like very easily sell out and stop doing the kind of content that I love to do and start doing the content that brings in new viewers, because that's what the entire YouTube algorithm is set up for. It's set up for easy, cheap content that brings in new viewers, not recurring viewers. YouTube doesn't care about recurring viewership on a specific channel. The algorithm favors growth. Okay. And so the fact that my channel, like if you look at, so you probably like saw people saying like, did you know like only 30% of you guys are subscribed to the channel? You've seen that before, right?
Yes.
So that's because they're all prioritizing growth. If you look at my viewership, it's like 60% of my viewers are subscribed to my channle, because I don't produce content really for the algorithm. I produce it for the people who want to talk about my content, or who like the stuff that I talk about in my content, I should say. So it's like
That's really good.
And
Yeah, that is good.
And it's because I don't care about growth. I just want to make my content, right?
Right.
But I don't know I don't remember what I was brought that up for, but like the fact is YouTube's algorithm is antithetical to your attention span, to your desires, or the kind of content you actually want to watch, and it's also antithetical to us now as creators, and it just something needs to change. We need a union, man. That's what we need, a creator union.
A creator union, that would be interesting.
I agree with that, actually. I think there needs to be some power back into the creators, but I don't know if that even could be done because of the way revenue and everything happens. I think it's the hardest way to do it. It's either you're going to have to create a platform that competes in a more in just like a different way, or you're going to have to regulate it, regulation kind of thing, which is I don't know.
I'm looking at my statistics right now, and let me see how many percent. Yeah, because I'm curious, because I know Gardiner just mentioned that. Damn, I wish I had loyal followers.
I mean, it might be different for me now. Let me look. It's been a minute since I looked at that specific number, but yeah, 10%. Did it say?
Yeah, mine says 10% of my viewers actually watch my videos.
Those are the subscribers, yeah.
I'm just saying, man, Steam Deck 2 is going to revitalize my channel. I can start making the Steam Deck 2 masterclass series. Oh man, if I relied on YouTube for like my like all of my revenue, I would be fucking like homeless. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Our off the console, it's new viewers is 71%, casual users 19%, and then regular users 9%.
Oh wow. Mine right now is my subscriber numbers is 33% versus not subscribed 67%. So that seems to have flipped. But also, like, I'm pretty sure, like, even just like 2 or 3 months ago, it was like 60% were subscribed. So I think that might be something that they changed, like recently.
But hey, Off the Console is doing quite well on YouTube. If you guys are looking to support us on YouTube, I know we just talked a bunch of shit on it, but we do still need support. We do still need plenty of support from YouTube.
Yeah.
Please give us a like and subscribe over on YouTube, even if you listen to this on like Spotify or something. Please. And we were thinking about bringing shorts back to the channel. I don't know if you guys are interested or not, but
bringing shorts back?
if you guys clips? Like shorts, then short clips. Yeah. Because I think people like the shorts, but
yeah.
I mean, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest.
We'll bring shorts back more like short shorts, but that's because the algorithm kind of asks for it. Yeah. Channels need to do more shorts.
We did a new short this week, right?
We did 2, maybe 3, but I needed
new shorts.
I need to get the last episode out. Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people can also subscribe to the RSS feed as well.
Yeah, and I'd like to hear. I think we all really would like to hear your thoughts. So if you leave comments, wherever you can leave comments. I don't know if Spotify supports comments, more like Apple Podcast does or not. But if you guys could just like leave comments and just let us know your thoughts on us or the topics we talked about or like stuff, feel free to do so.
Yeah,
and we'd love to read them out to you guys.
At the bare minimum, I read the comments, so I just need to work better at responding to them. So we'll see how the RNG dice roll goes for this channel with YouTube.
Yeah,
they're gonna flag us as dissenters.
Yeah, I think Castopod's been doing pretty well though. Are you able to check how many views we got last episode? I'm not logged into Castopod on this laptop.
We had 2,620-ish. 2,615 downloads.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have any last words before we cut off the episode?
Nope, that's it.
All right.
Wrap it up.
All right, and we're aiming for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by the end of this year. So if you could subscribe to us and help us out, that'd be much appreciated.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching and listening.
All right, thank you.
Peace out.
Wait.